dirty, messy, old. Those are three words none of us ever want others to think when they walk into our home. Yet sometimes, without meaning to, the choices we make in decorating or keeping things over the years send exactly that message. It is not because we do not care. In fact, it is often the opposite. We keep the rugs because they feel warm, the furniture because it is solid, the curtains because they were once considered elegant. But slowly, almost silently, these well-intended decisions can make a home look tired, dusty, and far older than it truly is. That is why today, I want to talk with you about 15 common mistakes that many of us have believed were good ideas, but in truth, they rob our homes of their light, their freshness, and their dignity. As we go through them, you may find yourself nodding, realizing, yes, I have done that too. And that is not a bad thing. It is an opportunity. Because once we see these mistakes clearly, we can change them. And when we do, our homes begin to feel alive again, clean, welcoming, and filled with the kind of comfort we all deserve. Mistake 1. Old, heavy carpets. You know, dirty carpets do more than just cover a floor. They hold on to every step, every spill, every season of life. Many of us keep rugs and carpets for decades because they feel familiar. They remind us of the children playing, or they were once expensive and felt like a treasure. But here is the truth. No matter how much we vacuum, old carpets trap dust, odors, and allergens that make a room feel stale and even unclean. You may not notice it anymore because you live with it every day, but guests often sense it right away. Think of how quickly a space changes when the floor is fresh and bright. A new rug, even a simple and inexpensive one, instantly lifts the entire spirit of a room. And if replacing the whole carpet feels overwhelming, you can start small. Remove that one rug under the coffee table that has seen better days. Try rolling it up and living without it for a week. You may be surprised at how much cleaner and lighter the room feels. For many of us, the hardest part is letting go. We feel guilty about discarding something that has been with us for so long. But remember, the memories are not in the carpet. They are in your heart and in the people who shared those moments with you. Giving your home a fresh floor is not erasing history. It is creating space for new memories to be made in a healthier, brighter environment. Your home should not whisper dusty or stale. It should breathe. And sometimes, the very first breath of fresh air begins under your feet. Mistake 2. Bulky, outdated furniture. Big, heavy furniture used to mean quality. The solid oak tables, the massive entertainment centers, the oversized sofas. They were built to last, and many of them did. But what once felt like pride now often makes a room feel closed in, dark, and old-fashioned. Imagine walking into a living room where the sofa eats up half the space, where the armchairs are so wide that two people cannot easily pass each other. At the time, these pieces felt grand and important. Today, they make it harder to move, harder to breathe, and harder to see the beauty of the room itself. Letting go of heavy furniture does not mean letting go of comfort. In fact, modern furniture can be lighter in design, but just as supportive for aging backs and knees. Slimmer chairs with firm cushions, sofas with clean lines and easy-to-wash covers. These choices can make a room feel not only more open, but also more practical for everyday life. One suggestion is to start by removing just one piece that feels oversized. Maybe that giant recliner no one really uses anymore, or the cabinet stuffed with things you have not touched in years. The moment that piece leaves, you will notice the air in the room feels lighter, brighter, freer. Furniture is meant to serve us, not to trap us. Your living room should invite people in, not push them out. When you choose lighter, updated pieces, you are not throwing away comfort. You are giving yourself space to live more fully. Mistake 3. Dingy beige or gray walls. Beige and gray once promised elegance and neutrality. For years, they were the safe choice. Not too bold, not too risky. But as time passes, these shades fade, collect scuff marks, and turn what was once neutral into something that feels dull, dirty, or even depressing. Paint is like the skin of your home. When it is fresh, everything else looks better. When it is tired, even the nicest furniture cannot save the room. That is why dull beige and faded gray are such quiet thieves of beauty. They do not shout, but they slowly drain the life from a space. So, the solution is easier than many people think. A single weekend with a can of warm white soft cream or even a gentle pastel can transform not just the room, but also the way you feel inside it. Light colors reflect natural sunlight, making rooms feel more open and more welcoming. And if painting feels like too much work, even repainting just one accent wall can bring the whole house back to life. We sometimes hold on to old wall colors because we think, it is not that bad. But we deserve more than not that bad. We deserve a home that feels alive, that greets us every morning with energy instead of dullness. Fresh walls are like fresh air. They remind us that renewal is always possible, no matter how many years have passed. Mistake 4. Too many knickknacks. Clutter has a way of sneaking up on us. It starts small. A figurine gifted by a dear friend, a souvenir from a trip years ago, a framed trinket from a grandchild. Each one feels special, so we put it on a shelf or a table, thinking it adds charm. But over the years, those shelves get crowded. Before we realize it, every flat surface in the house is covered with little objects that may each hold meaning, but together send a very different message: dust, disorder, and age. The trouble with too many knickknacks is not just about cleaning. It is about how they change the way we experience a room. When every inch is covered, the eye cannot rest. The mind feels overwhelmed. Instead of honoring the stories behind each item, clutter blurs them into background noise. Guests may smile politely, but they cannot appreciate the individual treasures, because there are simply too many to take in. The solution is not to throw away everything. It is to curate. Choose your favorites, the ones that truly make you pause and smile every time you see them. Display those proudly and give them the space to shine. Rotate them throughout the year if you wish. Maybe in the spring you showcase the seashells from family vacations, and in the winter, you display the porcelain angel from a holiday past. This way, nothing is lost, but everything feels intentional. Well, think of your home as a gallery of your life. A gallery does not put every artifact on one wall. It chooses, carefully, so that each piece receives the respect it deserves. When you treat your knickknacks in the same way, they stop being clutter and become storytelling treasures. Decluttering is not about erasing your history. It is about allowing your history to breathe, so that anyone who enters your home, including you, can see and feel the richness of your journey without distraction. Mistake 5. Dim lighting. Lighting is the soul of a home. Yet so often we overlook it. We rely on a single lamp in the corner or a yellowed bulb above the dining table, telling ourselves it feels cozy. But in truth, dim, outdated lighting makes even the cleanest home appear gloomy, dusty, and old. Imagine walking into a room lit with a single, weak bulb. Shadows fill the corners, the walls look darker, and every imperfection stands out. Now imagine the same room bathed in warm, even light. Suddenly, the space feels larger, brighter, and more alive. Nothing else changed. Not the furniture, not the paint, only the light. That is the quiet power of good lighting. The good news is, this is one of the simplest fixes. Replace old bulbs with warm white LEDs. These lights are energy efficient, last for years, and give off a soft glow that flatters both people and spaces. Add a floor lamp in a dark corner, or place a small lamp on a side table to create layers of light. If you can, Open your blinds during the day to let natural sunlight flood in. Sunlight is free, and no lamp can truly replace the life it brings into a room. You know, many older Americans keep heavy lampshades or outdated fixtures, believing they are still stylish or good enough. But updating a lampshade or choosing a modern fixture can be one of the most cost-effective ways to refresh a room. It does not have to be fancy. Even a simple clean design can work wonders. Think of light as a gentle invitation. It tells your family and guests, "Come in, you are welcome here." When your home glows, so do you. Mistake 6. Heavy curtains. Curtains are meant to frame a window, soften a view, and give us privacy. But too often, they end up blocking the very gift that windows were designed for: natural light. Thick, dark drapes may once have been considered elegant, but today they cast rooms into shadow, making them feel smaller, colder, and older than they are. We often keep heavy curtains because we believe they add warmth, but warmth does not come from darkness. True warmth comes from sunlight. A bright room feels cheerful and open, while a dark room, even if it is clean, can feel like it has been shut away from the world. The solution does not mean throwing away all your curtains. Instead, consider replacing them with lighter fabrics, sheers, linens, or cotton blends that filter light without smothering it. You can layer them with simple blinds if privacy is a concern. In fact, many modern homes use a combination: blinds for function, light curtains for softness. This balance gives you the best of both worlds. Another option is simply to pull those heavy curtains back as far as possible during the day. Tie them neatly so the window is fully exposed. It costs nothing, yet it instantly transforms the mood of the room. Remember, windows are the eyes of a home. Just as our eyes light up when we are happy, our windows light up our spaces when we allow them to. Heavy curtains dim that joy. Lighter choices invite it in. When you open your curtains to the light, you're not just brightening a room, you are brightening your life. Mistake 7. Fake plants and flowers. Plastic plants seemed like such a clever solution. No watering, no trimming, no worry about sunlight, a green corner without the effort. But over time, fake plants collect dust, fade in color, and look less like life and more like clutter. What once felt convenient begins to feel tired, even a little sad. Real plants, even the smallest ones, bring a vibrancy that fake ones cannot imitate. A pot of fresh herbs on the kitchen windowsill, a vase of seasonal flowers on the table, a leafy fern in the corner. These add not just color, but a sense of energy and growth. They remind us that life is happening here and now. You might say, "But I cannot keep plants alive. They always die." The good news is, there are many forgiving plants perfect for beginners: peace lilies, pothos, succulents, or snake plants. These thrive with minimal care. Even a weekly splash of water can keep them healthy. And if live plants truly feel impossible, consider fresh cut flowers once in a while. A simple bouquet from the grocery store can brighten a room for days. The difference is emotional as well as visual. When we see something alive and growing in our space, it lifts our spirits. It tells us that our home is not frozen in time, but evolving with us. Fake plants cannot give that. They stand still, collecting dust, a reminder of convenience over vitality. Choose life. Choose even one small real plant over a dozen plastic ones. Because a single living leaf is worth more beauty than an entire shelf of plastic imitations. Mistake 8. Old wooden cabinets in the kitchen. The kitchen is often called the heart of the home. It is where we cook, gather, and share moments that linger far longer than the meals themselves. Yet one of the most common features that makes an American kitchen look instantly outdated is dark, shiny wooden cabinets. For many years, oak and cherry cabinets with glossy finishes were the mark of quality and pride. They were built to last, and in many ways, they have. But while they may still be solid, Their appearance often whispers, "out of style," the moment someone walks in. Dark wood absorbs light, making the kitchen look smaller and older than it is. That deep orange or red hue that once seemed rich now feels heavy. And even if your counters are spotless, outdated cabinets make the entire kitchen seem worn. But here is the hopeful part. You do not need to rip everything out and spend thousands of dollars to create a fresh look. A coat of paint can transform those same cabinets into something new. Soft whites, gentle grays, or even calming sage greens are popular choices that instantly lift the mood of a kitchen. Add updated handles or knobs, and suddenly, the whole room feels renewed. If painting is not possible, sometimes just replacing a few cabinet doors with glass inserts, or even removing one section for open shelving, can modernize the space. Light bounces differently, and the kitchen breathes again. We hold on to old cabinets because they feel sturdy and familiar. But remember, style evolves. The kitchen is not only a place for food, it is a place of life, and life deserves light, freshness, and warmth. Mistake 9. Plastic shower curtains. Bathrooms are small yet powerful spaces. They are where we begin and end our days, and their condition often sets the tone for how clean and cared for the entire home feels. Unfortunately, one of the quickest ways a bathroom can look dingy is with a plastic shower curtain. Plastic curtains are inexpensive and practical, but they stain easily, attract mold and mildew, and rarely look fresh for long. Over time, they give off a faint smell and always seem to cling to the tub in an unpleasant way. Even if you scrub the rest of the bathroom, a plastic curtain sends a message of cheap and unclean. There are better options. A simple fabric shower curtain liner can be washed in the laundry and reused for years, keeping it fresh and free of mildew. For an even more permanent solution, glass shower doors are easier to clean than many people think, and they instantly make a bathroom feel modern and bright. Bathrooms, more than almost any other space, need to feel clean. The surfaces are small, so every detail matters. A plastic curtain may have been the quick choice years ago, but today it drags the whole room down. Your bathroom should feel like a place of refreshment, not a chore. Changing that one curtain can transform it from tired and old to clean and welcoming. Small change, big impact. Mistake 10. Too many family photos on the walls. Family is everything, and photos are precious reminders of the people we love most. But there is a fine line between honoring those memories and overwhelming a space. Many of us fill our walls with dozens of small frames, graduation pictures, vacations, wedding portraits, baby photos, all scattered across every hallway and living room. Each one matters, but together, they can create visual clutter that makes a home feel busy and outdated. When there are too many photos, visitors cannot focus on any one of them. Instead of seeing the love behind the images, their eyes see only a crowded wall. And over time, even we stop noticing them, walking past without really seeing the faces that once made us smile. The solution is not to take away the memories. It is to give them more respect. Create a gallery wall, a curated collection of photos in matching frames arranged with care. Or choose one large portrait of the family, displayed prominently so that it becomes a centerpiece. Rotate photos occasionally so that the memories feel alive and changing, just like life itself. Think of it this way: your story is worth being told clearly. By simplifying your photo displays, each image gains more power, and the love behind it shines brighter. It is not about less family. It is about more focus, more intention, and more beauty in the way your family story is shown. Mistake 11. Bathroom and kitchen rugs. Well, it may seem like a small detail, but rugs in bathrooms and kitchens are one of the sneakiest mistakes that make a home look older and less clean. Many people keep these rugs for comfort or to prevent slipping, but in truth, they soak up water, trap grease, and hold on to odors that spread through the entire space. In bathrooms, rugs around the toilet or tub may seem practical, but they quickly collect moisture and mildew. No matter how often they are washed, they rarely stay fresh. In kitchens, rugs near the sink trap food particles, oil and stains, creating a breeding ground for bacteria. Over time, both spaces develop a musty smell, even if everything else is wiped down. The cleaner and more modern choice is simple: washable mats designed for moisture, or anti-slip surfaces that can be wiped clean daily. These give you safety and comfort without the hidden mess. If you miss the softness underfoot, consider small washable mats you can rotate frequently. Our grandparents often used thick bathroom rugs and kitchen runners because floors were colder and cleaning was harder. But today, with central heating and easy-to-clean flooring, those rugs are no longer necessary. In fact, they do more harm than good. Bathrooms and kitchens are the most used rooms in the house. They deserve to look and feel clean every day. Removing or replacing those old rugs can make these spaces feel instantly fresher. A simple change that speaks volumes. Mistake 12. Visible cords and wires. Few things make a room look more unfinished than a tangle of cords. The television with wires draping down, the computer desk with chargers everywhere, the phone cables snaking across the floor. They may seem small, but they quietly tell visitors, this space is cluttered. We get used to it, so we stop seeing it. But a fresh set of eyes notices immediately. Visible cords do more than look messy. They create a sense of disorder. They remind us of chores undone, of chaos under the surface. And for older adults, they can even become a safety hazard, a tripping risk in spaces that should feel safe. The good news is, this is one of the easiest fixes. Simple cord organizers, cable boxes, or clips that stick to the back of furniture can hide most wires in minutes. Many modern televisions now allow cords to be tucked behind the wall, creating a sleek, clean look. Even gathering wires together neatly with ties makes a dramatic difference. Imagine the calm of sitting in a living room where every surface is clean, every wall uncluttered. The focus shifts back to the beauty of your furniture, your art, and your life, not the mess of technology. Our homes deserve to feel peaceful, not tangled. And sometimes, peace begins with something as simple as tidying the lines that connect our devices. Mistake 13. Outdated sofa covers. For decades, floral or patterned sofa covers were a common choice. They protected expensive furniture, added a splash of color, and sometimes even hid wear and tear. But today, those busy patterns instantly date a room. Instead of charm, they suggest old-fashioned. Instead of protection, they suggest a home that has not been updated in years. The sofa is often the centerpiece of a living room. It is where we sit with guests, where grandchildren climb up, where we relax at the end of the day. When it is covered in a dated fabric, the whole room feels tired, no matter how clean the rest is. Okay, the solution is refreshingly simple. Modern slipcovers come in solid neutral tones: soft beige, gray, cream, or muted blue. These instantly modernize a sofa, making it look like new without the expense of buying one. Many are machine washable, easy to fit, and comfortable to sit on. If you truly love patterns, choose subtle textures instead of bold florals. A light herringbone or soft weave gives interest without overwhelming the eye. Add a few throw pillows for accent, and suddenly your living room feels updated, stylish, and welcoming. Protecting furniture is wise, but protecting it with covers that age, the whole room is not worth the cost. A sofa should say, "Come, sit, feel at home," not "Remember the 1980s." Mistake 14. Too many porcelain figurines or old decor. Collections are beautiful when displayed with intention. But when every shelf, table, and cabinet is filled with porcelain figurines, glass animals, or antique trinkets, The effect is less elegance and more clutter. What once felt like pride in a collection can quickly make a home look frozen in time. The challenge is that these items often carry deep meaning. They may have been gifts, heirlooms, or souvenirs. Letting them go feels like letting go of history, but displaying too many at once actually hides their value. Instead of appreciating the details, the eye gets lost in the crowd. A better way is to showcase only a select few at a time. Choose the most meaningful pieces and give them space to breathe. Rotate them through the seasons if you wish, so each one has its moment. Consider using a glass cabinet with lighting to highlight your favorites, turning them into true focal points instead of background noise. Less is not about losing. It is about honoring. By choosing carefully, you elevate your collection from clutter to art. And when people enter your home, they will not see old things. They will see treasures, thoughtfully displayed, that tell your story with dignity. Your memories deserve a stage, not a storage shelf. Mistake 15. Old wooden doors in orange tones. Nothing dates a home faster than orange-toned oak or pine doors. Once considered warm and traditional, they now instantly signal outdated. Even if the rest of the home is updated, those shiny orange doors make everything feel older than it really is. Doors are like handshakes. They are one of the first things you notice when moving from room to room. If they look tired, the impression spreads. The good news is, this is not an expensive fix. Painting doors in neutral shades like white, soft gray, or even a modern matte black can completely transform the look of a hallway. Pair that with updated hardware, brushed nickel, matte black, or brass, and suddenly, the entire space feels new. For those who love wood, staining in deeper, richer tones can modernize the look without losing the natural grain. Even sanding down and refinishing old doors brings back life that has been hidden for years. Think of doors as frames for your rooms. A beautiful painting deserves a frame that matches its value. Your home is no different. Fresh doors say, "This home is cared for." Old orange doors say, "This home is stuck in yesterday." Changing them is not about chasing fashion. It is about giving your home the dignity and freshness it deserves, one doorway at a time.